Welcome to the #1 musical singing contest in the world. I am your entrant for the United People's Republic of Fratton. Luke, where'd you claim to hail from? Is it Telford?
It's definitely not Telford.
Tamworth? Is it Tamworth?
Tamworth, yeah.
Tamworth.
I said that like Telford is like the rival town, and I just hate Telford.
Oh my god.
So representing Tamworth tonight is Luke Pearson, and representing former Soviet Republic of Cornwall is Joe Sparrow. We're here to do two things. One, zero in on the final 60 stars of Super Mario 3D World. That's the primary mission, which we often forget. But the secondary mission is tonight we're going to be discussing our pop culture Mount Rushmores. So in case you don't know what we're talking about, gang, last week the question came up whether or not Luke would put big and little Luke Skywalker. Wait, regular Skywalker and bigger Luke Skywalker. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Bigger Luke on his pop culture Mount Rushmore. And then we needed to, so we realised we didn't actually know what our pop culture Mount Rushmores were. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically you're selecting the founding fathers of your pop culture.
The keystones of your life. Yeah.
That's right. The founding fathers and sisters. To get
I
ready.
feel like I might have misread the brief slightly.
That's what I want to hear. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear. That leads to immediate interesting choices. That's the thing about Mount Rushmore, right? Mount Rushmore isn't just the statue of, the founding fathers of the Americas. They're a kind of retconned history of like, okay, which people do we think are worthy of putting up on a big mountain that we stole from Native Americans, So it's not that they're necessarily the founding fathers of your media. I think they're just like, I think they're points of reference for your your kind of media experience.
You're putting this far better than I could ever do, Joe.
Oh.
Sorry, I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Are we meant to like all of those? Is that why we're not getting it?
I think that's what we were trying to do last time. I don't think we ever.
Yeah. All right, let's get rid of the big purple-headed lads.
Okay.
Because they're the most trouble. Can we just jump on that one? I might try.
I'll try it. I'll sacrifice myself.
Okay. All right, he's got it. Okay, Jesus Christ! It's going so quickly. Got it.
Well, two more. No!
Oh, crap, so close.
This could be a great place to start with our Mount Rushmore chats. Oh god, it's still me. I need to die too. Okay.
Yeah,
It's right there on the screen, and what a mixture that is. First impressions. What do you feel this says about Luke?
There's a clear appreciation for sort of British made media there, which I think is very much part of Luke's kind of visual vocabulary.
He's very isolationist.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're very like a 5-year-old's bedroom kind of a pick. Y-Bird is a character from a show called Playdays. Sort of like an anthology show.
I loved it. It was different every day.
Towards the end, she became one of the core cast of characters who would be in every episode. Anyway, I picked her because I like British kids TV. And she's representing the puppets of the world, the hand puppets. I haven't thought of her in that long, but when I see her, I just think she's so iconic looking. Her design is amazing. I feel like I'd like a picture of her on the wall. She's flawless. She's great. She's very enjoyable present.
Flawless. Oh, flawless.
She's owed a due, and she should be on.
Bring back Y-Bird.
T-Rex is on there, so that's just it's a formative thing, seeing Jurassic Park for the first time. I still feel like when I'm getting choked up. When I watch those, when I watch that film, I still feel like I can feel the awe,
Oh, now question, Luke.
Yep.
Which engine is this?
That engine is Edward.
I was going to say, that doesn't look like Thomas.
Yeah.
And I've chosen Edward because I always felt kind of fond of Edward when I was a kid. The original main character of the Railway series. The first book was called The Three Railway Engines. Then a few books later, Thomas got introduced, who's basically has all the features of Edward, but he's cheekier. He's got a cuter face. He's smaller. And at some point, Thomas got given the number 1. Edward insultingly got given the number 2. He's kind of been just shafted by everyone else who all have very specific character quirks.
I feel like this mountain's about justice for Y-Bird and justice for Edward.
I like Donald doing like a lot here. So Donald is representing himself. Who like I'm just fond of him in general. He's representing classic cartoons.
Donald has the kind of comics kudos that Mickey doesn't.
Well, that's the other thing. He's bringing the comics angle. Kind of like the main influence on Osamu Tezuka for like Astro Boy and like setting off that whole thing. Like there's loads of characters that are basically just Donald Duck. I feel like uncomfortable with Mickey and a lot of those other characters. They're all weird evolutions of like blackface characters, whereas I feel like Donald relatively clean. He was always just a duck.
His only scandal is that he wanders around with his donger out all day.
Yeah, no trousers. Yeah. This serves as like a DNA for like the kind of work that Luke makes somehow, and even the T-Rex in this. I don't think mine does the same. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Are you proud to stand behind this mountain?
Yeah, I am. Now I'm looking at
Beautiful.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I feel like, look at that, see? And that's what it's all about, gang. I was very interested to see how Luke constructed his with a little bit of variety, but like Joe said, there was an overarching theme there of British made.
Beautiful British made.
Beautiful British creations. No, don't do it, Luke. Don't do it, Luke.
No. I'm sorry.
I'm going to make a suggestion that if we don't get it this time, we come back to this level. I did think when I was doing mine. Actually, I'll get mine up now while we decide which one to do. Okay. It's not definitive. I'll say that it's not definitive. You're going to see my version 1 from earlier in the week. I just want to talk about the process, right?
Okay.
I figured like I wanted to have Spider-Man because I wanted some kind of comics presence, classic comics presence. Mario's like has the best games, so I thought I'd put Mario on there. Charlie Brown Peanuts is my favorite comic, and then I thought for TV maybe Twin Peaks. So I put the Log Lady on it, and then I thought should I put Ghostface Killer on there too? Like who's my favorite rapper? It's probably Ghostface Killer. But then I thought I don't think there's room for music on mine, so you know he went away into the sky. Ended up. This is my current final.
Oh wow. Okay, so we got the chunky 3D. Is that Sonic from Sonic Fighters?
It's actually Sonic from Sonic R, but it's meant to represent 32-bit Sonic in general. Mario has the best games. I can't deny it. However, I grew up a Sega kid, and I feel like I can't turn my back on Sonic. This is why the Fleetway Sonic stuff, it hurts me so much. And it's also the last time we see Sonic before it's Sonic's Sonic Adventure, as the fans call it, modern Sonic, which is nonsense. Part of the sickness of Sonic is that fans have delineated, and then Sega have delineated, classic Sonic and modern Sonic, and now you've made it so we'll never see the original good design of Sonic ever again because you've made it an old thing. Anyway, next one is Max Fisher from Rushmore.
That's it.
Rushmore's one of my favourite movies. The introduction of that movie, where it's like showing that he's the president of all the different clubs, that rings a big bell in my heart. I went to go see it in the cinema very, very recently with my wife, where they showed a Blu-ray. They showed a Blu-ray of it. Disgusting. I thought we were going to go see a film. Sorry, Bean, please edit that swear out. I think what is my real favourite TV show? It's The Adventures of Pete and Pete. It's like a 90s early Nickelodeon. Don't want to call it a sitcom. It's just a slice of life show. If you haven't watched it, go on YouTube and find clips of Pete and Pete. It's a great show. I don't want to say too much about the show now, but you should watch it. You should go watch it if you haven't seen it. I'm going to say the best show that in the kids to young adults bracket there's ever been.
This is what I like about these Mount Rushmores, is that I get to hear people speak on how strongly they love certain pieces of media, like Luke talking about like how much he loves Wybird, you know, like that. Like this is what I like to hear people.
Look at how much he smiles when you mention Wybird.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Breaks out.
I'm gonna get choked up looking at Luke think about Wybird. And then finally, Macho Man Survived from the original 4. I couldn't have this without Macho Man on there. He's the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Back from when wrestling was still good. And it's very important to me. It's, you know, Luke drew me my Bowser as Macho Man Randy Savage, which is still my WhatsApp picture to this very day. Mm-hmm. And that's mine. It'll probably change next week.
Was Randy Savage, was he in Spider-Man?
Yes, he was in the first Sam Raimi one. As Bonesaw McGraw.
Yeah.
Was that a nice moment for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
As much as I respect this, Martin, I can't help but feel that you you somewhat sidestep the chief restriction of Mount Rushmore, which is that you can only choose 4 things.
No, the first one doesn't count.
But you still showed it us.
Yeah.
You've shown us.
You spoke to it.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't dwell on it.
Everything you said about that was true, and it still stands, and it still like makes perfect sense. So you've done 2 Mount Rushmores.
No, I haven't. Yeah. Ignore this one. This one doesn't count. This one's not canonical. This one is not my canonical Mount Rushmore. I just look at the blending on Mario. You telling me that I shouldn't have shown that? Look at this. The Photoshop on this one's nowhere near as good. Look at what I did to Macho.
Yeah.
If I die tomorrow, put these on my gravestone. Okay?
Right.
These are the current canonical Mount Rushmores.
Strike the other ones from the record. Let them be stricken.
Yes. Should we go to floating fuzzy time mine?
Yes, let's touch Fuzzy.
All right, it looks like all right. Mousie's dropped hers. Mickey Mouse, great choice. You know, can't argue against Mickey as an icon. Mm-hmm. Crash Bandicoot, the Blair Witch, which will just be a blank space. I like that. And the Shark Beanie Baby. What is that Beanie Baby? I'm gonna bing it. I need to know about the Shark Beanie Baby. Is there a human Beanie Baby?
There should be. There definitely should be.
Humans have babies too.
Shout out to Bean in the chat.
Shout out to Bean in the chat. What's the origin of your name, Bean? And is it because you love the nutritious quotient that a bean provides?
Get him! Get him! Alright, we gotta restart.
Okay.
Gotta restart.
Guys, why is this game so hard?
Alright. I'll get the ones above. You go to the
No!
left.
I thought I was doing the right thing. I'm going.
Sorry.
I got him.
Yeah, no, I went down to get them as well.
Okay,
right.
I'm ready to get the lower
You're
ones.
to the left. Alright, I'm going up. Alright, got him.
Where's it live?
You gotta get the star! You just got it!
No! I got it.
Yes, he got it.
100% in this game. It'll be easy, we thought. We'll be done so quickly. Joe, would you like to do your Mount Rushmore, my friend?
Let's go.
Okay,
I've been quite critical of it in light of your collective fine offerings, but
here it is on screen right now.
At first glance, you might look at this and be just like, this is 2 anime things, Chris Ware and a rhombus. But it's actually 3 anime things in Chris Ware. So there's even more anime than you thought. We got Naruto, which was the first kind of long format shonen series that I really dedicated myself to reading / watching. This is what I tried to think with these. These are pieces of media, or creators of pieces of media, I think really altered the trajectory of the way I think about art. Basically, Naruto got me into mainstream anime. The next one along is it's a bit weird, but it's a God Warrior from Nausicaa, which is a Ghibli film. The comic of Nausicaa was one of the first big epic kind of comic books that I had read that wasn't the Fleetway Sonic. It's just really, really good science fiction fantasy, and I really liked it, and it really shaped what I thought was cool in both those genres for a while. And then the Steve Jobs head is of course Chris Ware. The first work I saw of Luke's back on DeviantArt years ago.
Look at Luke's face. Worried.
You know your comic that you did for the Guardian composition, or the Observer, whatever it's called. He's got an approach, Ware has an approach to kind of laying out comics in a way that is sort of graphically attractive. That isn't just panel. It's okay, I've got a bunch of panels and I can make them tell a story, but I can also make them tell a story that's pretty. He's just changed my perception of comics as a medium. And then the last one's just Ramiel from Evangelion. It's like a giant monster of the week kind of kaiju tokusatsu show that sets it up like you're going to be seeing giant robots fight giant monsters every week, and then suddenly one of the giant monsters isn't Godzilla looking thing. It's literally just a floating rhombus in the sky that just is giant, and it just flies over a city and it screams. And I just thought that was the weirdest, coolest thing when I initially saw Evangelion, and that stuck on my head. And I basically only put that on there just because I thought it was funny to see a Mount Rushmore with a giant Ramiel on it. So yeah.
I'm wondering if I should have put Evangelion on mine now. Version 3. Version 3.
You're gonna take it up to 12 or 13. I think it's actually incredibly brave of me to put Naruto on my Mount Rushmore, and I'm glad that we can acknowledge that. So yeah.
I just want to acknowledge your tiny face in the corner that hasn't been mentioned yet.
Oh my god.
It's there to signify the resemblance to Chris Ware.
That's me when I went to Mount Rushmore, and I took a photo of myself with it.
Who is this?
Hello.
Oh my god.
My name is Mooey. I thought I'd show up today because I was so upset that none of you had Mumpack in your Mount Rushmores.
Oh, Louie, I'm so sorry.
So humble, so beautiful, so lovely. She would never complain, Mumpack. Never complain. So I'm up here complaining on her behalf, you know. Mumpack wouldn't say a word. She's much too humble, you know. She's much too humble. You know.
Oh no!
Sorry about that. That was just my sister Mooey. I don't know what she said.
I thought
I was busy. I was just doing something else. But just my sister Mooey said a couple of words there, you know.
It was nice to meet Mooey, Mumpack. I mean, it looked like Mooey's eyes fell off at the end there. Is that something that...
I didn't see that. I was busy. I was just doing something else.
Well, Mumpack...
Make sure she's okay.
She's fine.
Yeah.
You've submitted a Mount Rushmore of your own.
I have, yeah.
I'm going to get it on screen.
Icons.
I mean, where do we start? Is that a Hobbit foot that we're seeing?
It is, yeah.
Which
gotta
Hobbit?
have Lord of the Rings in there. In terms of feet of the stage and screen and so on, and books, iconic.
Head is a big fan of Middle Earth. Do you share the fandom?
The whole body is a big fan. And the book of The Hobbit, but not so much the movie, let's be honest. Not the best. But the feet are still good quality.
So Head, Luke and I watched The Hobbit this week. We thought that if we watched it in 24 frames per second rather than the 48 frames per second we saw it at the cinema, that it might all come off a bit nicer and better. Do you feel that it did, Mumpack?
Still
The second foot, is that the foot from the opening credits of Monty Python?
It is, yeah. And maybe out of context, it's not so recognisable, is it? It's just a foot. Doesn't really hold up so well if you watch it now.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that animated sequence was made by Terry Gilliam, whose work has probably aged better than Python's work, right? So, you know.
But that foot, surely the best bit of all of it. And you remember it?
You really do. I knew it. I knew what it was. The next foot is sparkling. It makes me wonder, are we going to... Is it a fairy tale reference?
It's Cinderella when she puts her foot into the glass slipper. It's a big foot moment, isn't it?
Is that an iconic foot though, or is it just the shoe?
Both. You can't have one without the other.
Is it her left foot or her right foot?
I don't know.
The final one I think we can all appreciate, because I know we're all big Cats fans on this stream. And I feel like this is from the same stable.
Yeah. Starlight Express.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Starlight Express.
Like, is a roller skate, is that like a Formula One car for a foot?
A little bit, yeah. That's a lot of fun for a foot. Nice little ride.
Luke, you know Mumpack better than anyone. What do you think? What does this tell you about Mumpack? What does this convey about Mumpack, the myth, the legend?
He's a little narrow-minded.
Oh, you say that though, Luke. You say that. Oh, we've only included heads. Think about that.
Think about that.
I did include. I want to say I included a giant floating screaming rhomboid. So I did deviate a little bit from that, but yeah.
Well, Mumpack, I think that's a wonderful selection, and
It
I'm
is
sure
a
Mooey
good
would agree.
Covering all sorts of things. None of the rest of you had theatre.
When I revise mine, I'm going to put you on my Mount Rushmore, just to
I
make
should
Mooey,
well
just to
hope
make
so.
Mooey happy.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what she was talking about? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear it. Anyway, off I go. Lovely to see you all. Love to your toes.
Love you, Mumpack. Love to your toes, and all the bod.
Goodbye.
Oh, this is probably the least productive Mario Mates ever in terms of getting stars, I imagine.
The most productive in terms of pop culture analysis and soul searching. So, you know, it's a brutal process making your Mount Rushmore. Everyone has more than 4 things that are like important to them. You gotta get rid of those, kill your darlings, as they say.
Exactly. I'm gonna revise mine. I'll probably revise mine before we're done with Mario 3D World.
At what point you get your one Rushmore.
Yeah,
you have to find another monument.
You gotta. There's not that many big rocks in the world. Yeah.
We've got a flagpole to get on Blast Block Skyway, which if we got it, it would be our last thing to do on the Slide of Death levels.
Okay.
Chilipa says we should be allowed a Rushmore of favourite snacks. Oh! We'll need to find a different monument, though, as per Luke's rules. So maybe the plinths in Trafalgar Square? Here we go. Oh, sorry, Big Weege.
Does this have anything good in it? Oh, we got some leaves. We got leaves. That means if we can do this with leaves, don't lose the leaves.
Don't lose the leaves.
Shout out to House of Leaves.
Shout out to House of Leaves. The House of Leaves, great book. Should have been on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright. Look at him go!
Big Weege!
How is that working?
Oh,
I didn't know you could just indefinitely do that. What the hell? Oh. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I just went ahead and did that one. I know we could have.
That's okay.
We could have coordinated that.
That was our 90th flagpole. There's only 4 flagpoles that we haven't got. So we've got 326 stars, zeroing in on the final 50, 90 flagpoles, 76 stamps, and we all know each other's pop culture Mount Rushmores, at least for now. Although Luke believes they can't be changed, which I can't buy into that.
They're literally chiseled into stone. You can't just like.
The fact that it's Mount Rushmore feels like very, very definite and lasting. Like you may as well just say like they're just making an indefinite amount of characters out of plasticine.
Oh, Meslo says nobody went for Waluigi though. That's why we need to think about this more.
I think he's almost too holy a figure. I think he's just too sexy.
I think if he'd ever taken his like curly toe shoe off, he would have definitely made it onto.
What? Do you reckon he's got curly toes underneath the curly toe shoe? Well, I'm going to make sure we get Waluigi's feet on the stream.
Thank you.
Oh no!
I appreciate that, Martin.
I googled it. The very first thing is a DeviantArt result that says Waluigi's bare feet tease by John Robert Hall on DeviantArt. Okay, there we go. And that's how we're going to end this stream. Not being said's dangerous click. There was a moment where I did worry. Well, on that note, everybody, thanks for joining us this week. Yeah, we will try our hardest to hurry up the pace at which we're getting these stars. Have a wonderful evening.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.